I'm going to be taking this paper model apart, putting it on these on this aluminum sheet, and then I'm going to trace them. So what I'm going to do now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys get a look at the car. Or more correctly, the paper model, but I'm going to let you get a all around look at it from and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it apart. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this tape off this door right here. And I'm just going to peel all the parts that tape is attached. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove this door from this front. I'm going to have to cut it off. It doesn't look like I'll be able to peel it off with tape. Or maybe I will. So I'm just slowly peeling it off. And then I'm just going to cut the all right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this on aluminum right here. I'm going to tape it down. So all right. And then I'm going to cut it out. Just to give you guys a background, these are not the original doors that I made when I first started this project. These are bigger doors. I had to readjust where the rear view mirror, basically this is where the rear view, this part that I'm touching, the small right triangle, is where the rear view mirror would be mounted. On the previous door, it wasn't properly aligned with the vertex. Well, I'll show you guys. So in the previous window, and this is also a new window that I made, by tracing the previous ones and just making it bigger. But or I don't exactly remember. Well, I don't totally remember the process of me making this this side window. But you see how you see how the triangle is perfectly aligned with the vertex right here. The previous door that I had, it was a little bit too far this way towards where where the passenger would be seating. It's a bit blurry. Let's see if I can get it to focus. So yes. So it was a little bit too farther back. So I had to design one that was a little bit more um not necessarily not the door sliding back, but the triangle where these vertexes meet, where my fingers are touching. So if I can oopsie. Yeah, I can take that off. So basically this triangle right here that I'm touching, so I had to make sure to get that aligned with this part of the basically the door window. So I want to see how it looks. Since I do indeed have an aluminum piece cut out now, I want to see how it looks. On the paper model from a you know. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna cut this tape loose here. And then I'm gonna take off this door. So just gonna be removing the tape, peeling the tape off, peeling the tape off the window. And this is where it gets tricky because the door on this side is the window on this side is torn. So it's already, if you look inside, it's already, you see how it's torn there. So it would be safer just to cut it out with scissor. How I'm going to separate it, that's going to be the tricky part on how I'm going to separate it. So I'm just going to cut here. I'm going to go up the base of that triangle. Well, if you can, or the side of that triangle to be more. But and this is the part that I was concerned about. So you see how I cut into the window. The window is still attached to the door. So what I have to do now is I have to take this tape from the inside and peel it off or cut it off so I can get that window portion free, because I'm gonna need that, because I'm gonna need to trace some windows out of some plastic. But I'm just gonna be peeling this tape off. And then you see how, just take a close look to where my thumb is and where my two thumbs are. You see how that peels apart? So my window, and you see how even though it is, torn, it stays intact, and it stays intact enough for me to, I mean, technically, I don't know, you know, uh, it basically, there's enough there to where I can basically trace that on plastic, and have that ready, have that available for me when I put this whole thing together. So I have my other door. And you know the routine. I'm going to cut this piece of tape off right here. And I'm going to put it on aluminum and cut it out. So what I didn't do with the last door was cut these arches, because I plan on um actually I plan on doing something differently. I might not make the arches that way, because I want the arches to match the ones in the rear. Um like they look on the door. So I'm just going to cut it out plain. Alrighty. And I'm just going to cut off the little loose parts. I mean, it's traced, so for the most part it's not going to be, it's expected to be bigger than what it's supposed to be. So it's as long as it is not let's see. I made a mistake. Clearly. Let's see where I went wrong. Yeah, this is supposed to be so I don't know what happened, but now I have to start over. This is the original this is the uh right passenger side door. And so okay. Okay. Now I have my driver's side door. So, okay. So, and there we are. It's going to be, obviously it's going to be a lot bigger, but I really don't have the patience to make it as small as the paper cutout, so I'm just going to leave it like this. So, I have my two doors, and I'm going to end the video here, and there'll be more as I figure out how to work my way throughout this how I figure out how I want this paper model cut apart, or so I can continue making the rest of the making the rest of the aluminum parts. But yes, so this has been another video with Christian Taylor. Just be sure to view. I've been showing you guys shorts. I've been showing you guys the results, but I would like for you guys to take the time to watch videos like this to see how I go through the process of doing these things. I did, a lot of this I did off camera. I just took it upon myself to just go ahead and do that sometimes, or maybe more of the time, or or maybe even most of the time. I know recently I just decided to do this project off camera because it's just easier for me to concentrate, and there's less, maybe less pressure to not to mess up, or not to have to, because I'm so into it, and I'm so, you could use the phrase, details. There are aspects of this to where details were not that important. I know for this part, the rear part, which also, most of this is from photographic memory, you guys. I did not, for the majority of this paper model and for the majority of this project, I did not look directly at the image of the Ferrari 458 to make this. There's only certain parts of this car that I copied from the actual image of the car. Like this part right here, I went on Google and I copied it from direct observation, and I cut it out and I taped it here. So most of this is just from photographic memory alone, and it's just me using my memory and my brain. I'm not looking directly at a Googled image of a Ferrari 458. I'm actually making this as I go along. Um, but yeah, but to explain why you haven't seen a video in a while, it's because I've been doing this project off camera, just to concentrate, you know. But that'll be it for now. There'll be another video just as soon as I can figure out how I want to proceed with the rear of this car. So that'll be it, you guys.